All right, folks, we know why you come to this channel, and that's for the latest developments in New York City politics. Well,
Yep.
Eric Adams has dropped out of the New York City mayoral race amid increasing pressure. I know I cannot continue my campaign. He didn't even bother holding a press conference. He just sat down on the stairs with a 40 of Keystone Light. No, making that part up. But just, had a beer, drowned his sorrows, and said, I can't go on. Only in America, only in New York. Thank you for making my story a reality.
Jesus, that thing was almost 9 minutes.
I cannot continue.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not playing 9 minutes. We're playing the 44 seconds that everybody clipped.
Despite
come
all
on, full
we've
screen
achieved,
and we'll take a break.
I cannot continue my re-election campaign. The constant media speculation about my future and the campaign finance board's decision to withhold millions of dollars have undermined my ability to raise the funds needed for a serious campaign. I hope that over time, New Yorkers will see this city thrive under our leadership, and that policies we put in place should be continued and expanded. I hope you will see that despite the headlines and innuendo, I always put you before me.
Yeah, always put you before me, right. That's what that meeting with Tom Homan on Fox and Friends on the couch there said, that you're really putting New Yorkers first. You're totally not looking out for your own ass and selling out the city to Donald Trump. No, not at all. I'm sure they're very sad to see you go, all 6% of New Yorkers who were saying they were going to vote for you.
Well, well, people who were on the camera crew said that afterwards he mumbled under his breath, Luxembourg, here I come, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. Brianna Joy Gray tweets out, like I said, they'll do anything to stop Zoran, and anyone acting like this election is a done deal doesn't understand that the Democratic Party's #1 goal is stopping progressives, not fighting fascism, but stopping progressives, and they'll stop at nothing. Well, that's true, but they have a lot longer ways to go because this really did not move the odds all that much. Breaking with Adams dropping out, Zoran Mamdani now has an 83% chance to win the New York City mayoral election. So it really did not move the odds very much. You could see the odds needles on the right-hand side.
There's really no time for that to be observed.
No, but
yeah.
Well, I'm just talking about the betting odds.
Yeah, like Cuomo is such an odious pig.
Yeah.
That it's I don't think it'll move enough. I think it'll move more than that, though.
Yeah, but this is just like the instant reaction in the markets. Like this isn't really shaking people's confidence in Mamdani, right? When you would think a more cataclysmic move would. And this is obviously why. Because if you look at the polling, not only is Adams polling south of Cuomo, he's polling south of Sliwa. So it's really going to take one more drop.
Sliwa will pick up a fair amount of that vote. Because when you think about who would have stuck with Eric Adams, these are probably people who will never forgive Cuomo for COVID.
Yeah, I mean, Eric Adams and Curtis Sliwa were the two furthest right in the race, no doubt about that. And so I think it stands to reason that Sliwa would absorb some of those votes. Cuomo will absorb some of those votes. But how many votes are you talking about? You're talking about not many votes at all. He's polling in single digits beneath Sliwa. So in order for this to really make a difference, Sliwa would have to join him and drop out as well, at which point you have a head-to-head. Now, Mamdani is polling in the mid-40s, which is strong in a four-way race, but it's not north of 50. So theoretically, in a head-to-head, Cuomo would have a chance. Not a good one, I don't think, but a chance. But Curtis Sliwa is adamant that he is not dropping out of the race. So here he is describing being offered money to drop out of the race, but insisting that that will not be successful in getting him out.
You've been asked about this, is there a scenario where Curtis gets out? Will you make a declarative statement that there is no scenario in which you leave this race before November 4th?
When I was a little kid, there was the term, cross my heart and hope to die. I am not leaving this race. And billionaires out there, you keep offering me millions. I'm going to start taping these conversations, and I'll let you have access to them so you can see how much money I'm being offered. First of all, It's unethical. It's illegal. It's a bribe. If you don't stop, you'll have the first copies of it. Because remember, I can copy a conversation in this state. Stop the bribery. I'm not dropping out.
What he means by that is New York has one-party consent.
Right, exactly. So you are allowed to record a conversation without the other person knowing. Plus, I'm a radio host. You know how much money I'm going to make shit talking this guy if he becomes the mayor? I'll be able to get on the air every day and scream about the Islamo-Nazi guy taking over, trying to sell us apples from a government-run store. Every time they run out of apples, I'm going to make a big essay. This is why communism doesn't work. They got no apples in the shelves, see? You go to Gristides, they got apples coming out the ass. You go to this guy's commie store, no apples. That's why it doesn't work. See, I think that's another thing, too. It's like a conflict of interest, man. This guy is like Mamdani.
I'm going to get my friend Michael Savage over here. We're going to do a basil special.
We're going to do a basil special about the commie is stealing all the basil from the shelves. Yeah, it's like a conflict of interest. Like, this guy's going to make a lot of money shit-talking Mamdani. Mamdani's great for business if you're a radio shock jock like Curtis Sliwa is. Sure. So I think Mamdani, will suit him just fine. So, yeah, like, that's the bottom line. Like, if he's not going to drop out, this remains a three-way race. I don't see how the dynamic of the race changes. Adams just didn't have the kind of numbers that would influence a three-way race in that way. So looks like unless Sliwa is compelled to drop out, which he just said, cross my heart and hope to die, I'm not doing it.
I don't
it looks
think
like
he
Mamdani
will,
still
man.
got it.
I don't think he will. I mean, Sliwa has been around forever. I can barely remember a time I did not know Curtis Sliwa because in his youth he was known for the Guardian Angels. This was the Death Wish era, where that kind of vigilantism was very romanticized. Not that they broke the law. They would go in their uniforms on subways and call the police and report things. But it kind of had that timbre to it. So they were really lionized in New York when I was a child. Yeah, he's a character. That guy's a character. He's not going to respond to normal incentives. Like Sliwa, whatever you think about him, he's a man of principle. He's not going to drop out. I would be shocked if Sliwa dropped out. Like they would have to Epstein him, and I don't think they have that kind of material on that guy.
Yeah, and I think part of that is because obviously, the powers that be in New York can't stand Mamdani, but also Republicans can't stand Cuomo. Like Cuomo is too villainous. Like if they had a guy in the race who was not Cuomo, then you may be able to negotiate that with him, but not Cuomo. Cuomo is a third rail just as much as Mamdani is really among the Republican base for different reasons.
He was a terrible
obviously.
idea.
But that's not going to work.
If these Bill Ackman billionaires, and there's some reporting on this, you have a source on it that they basically talked Cuomo into it. He didn't really want to do it. That was a tremendous strategic blunder. They could have gotten generic Democrat like Dan Goldman or somebody.
Yeah.
And there's a damn good chance Mamdani never would have broken into the lead. Yeah. They picked such an odious pig that even the people who might just vote for the establishment Democrat that all of the establishment voices tell them to vote for, not Cuomo. It doesn't work with Cuomo.
Yeah, no, he's a non-starter. He is a non-starter for too many people, and Adams just didn't have enough support to move things. And so I think ultimately the race still kind of remains the same.
Well, and it just shows you how much this is a point you've made. There's a point Tucker made talking about Bill Ackman. You're meant to believe these people have these riches because they have such incredible minds. They're really mediocre people. Like, why would you think that Cuomo's a good idea? You have billions of dollars to spend. You could get pretty much anybody. Why would you go for this deeply tarnished candidate who's a non-starter for almost every Republican in the city? Like, you're not going to get any swing voters with Cuomo. You're entirely relying on a Democratic base that no matter what you might say about their hypocrisy, they're going to feel icky about voting for a guy who left office under a cloud of sexual assault allegations.
Please clap.